the Harry Potter ones that I own, let's take a look at the Hogwarts Head of Houses. So if you're new here, or maybe just missed the large amount of oddly shaped boxes behind me, I love wands. And a wand was actually one of the first bits of merchandise that I purchased. I love the effort and the detail that goes into designing them, that they straight out of the film, and getting to own a bit of that wizarding world just makes it really magical. Now, because there's so many wands available, and you might not be able have the option to go into a store and have a look at them, I thought, let me showcase them in collections. And in this collection, we're going to be looking at the Hogwarts Head of Houses, and hopefully allow you to make a decision if you're thinking about getting one of them. So first up is Head of Gryffindor, which of course is Professor McGonagall. And I do own Professor McGonagall's wand in the Ollivander box because I purchased it so very long time ago. It was actually at a convention I was having a look through, and you'll be surprised of amazing finds you can get at conventions. So I'd always recommend looking around if you do attend, well, when we can attend them again. And it comes with the Noble Collection authenticity, and it's got a lovely like silvery blue ribbon, and this is McGonagall's wand. Quite a very long wand, and it's quite cool that it's in two colours. So the handle section is in brown, the rest is in black, and it has this resin tip, and hopefully you can see that there. Now, if you ever see wands on display in stores where you can handle them, this is often broken off because people are not careful with things, and it's quite delicate. I guess it's supposed to be like glass, or in real life what that would be, amber perhaps, like a gemstone. I think that's quite cool. But yeah, it's a very long wand as well, but a very stern, strict wand. And we all know a very famous spell to cast with this one, which is Perototum Locomotor, because I've always wanted to use that spell. Second is Head of Hufflepuff, which of course is Professor Sprout, or as it says in the box, Professor Pomona Sprout. Hopefully you can see that there. A wand that I have which is in a modern box because it's more of a recent addition to my collection. I'd collected a lot of other ones before I eventually got this one, but still great that I have this. So it comes in a pretty purple box, which is surprising. You'd think that it would come in a yellow box, but maybe they ran out of yellow. And it does come with a name clip as well. And it's quite a cool wooden wand. And I would say, I mean, it's not wooden, it is made of resin, but it looks, I would say, looks wooden. And it has these cool, like knobbly, like worn wood on the end, as you would imagine. And it's quite dark, but then you can see it is like more faded towards the tip. Hopefully you can see that. But it does, the paint job on it does make it look like wood. So I think that's really cool. And from what I understand of this, so Miriam Margolyes, how do you say her name? Miriam Margolyes? She said that she always imagined her wand like being very used, and that's why they made it look like that, so very earthy. I believe she said like she would have, dunked it in pots of soil while she's working. So I guess that's the reason why that end is a bit more worn. Very cool. I like that addition to that wand because of that. And you would imagine Professor Sprout thinking away in herbology, in the greenhouses. Where does she put a wand? She could put it under her arm or in pots of soil. You'd imagine that. So I think that's really cool. And I'm really pleased that I now own my Head of House's wand because I am in Hufflepuff. So third is Head of Ravenclaw House, which of course is Professor Flitwick. And this is his second wand and a very recent addition to my collection. So again, also in the modern box. I actually purchased this at the Wizarding World Gold Christmas party where Warwick Davis, who plays Professor Flitwick, it was actually in attendance hosting the event. So I thought, what a perfect opportunity for me to finally purchase Professor Flitwick's wand. and hopefully maybe get it signed. I never got it signed because I never got the wand and then got, found it later on, but still a good way of remembering that fantastic event before all the drama of 2020. This was in December 2019, so it was a really lovely occasion. The wand itself is really cool. It's almost like a star shape. I don't know if you can see that, and then it tapers down into the points, into the rest of the tip. Again, also a solid color. It does darken towards the tip, so not really worn like Professor Sprout's wand. And as Head of Charms, it's very swishy indeed, you'd imagine that to be. So it's a very cool wand, and I'm sure that Warwick Davis did get quite fond of this wand in the end, even though this is his second wand, because we saw in the Philosopher's Stone or Sorcerer's Stone, for any Americans watching, that he had a different wand when he looked completely different. But I guess after his style update, everything changed. But still a really, really cool wand. I'm really pleased I have that now, and a really good memory of that wonderful event. So finally we move on to Head of Slytherin, which actually has two head of houses that we know of. So I thought I'd showcase both. And that is Professor Slughorn, and then who took over from him, Professor Snape. So beginning with Professor Slughorn, I thought let's showcase his wand, which I actually have in the Ollivanders original box, because when this one came out, when I saw it in the film, I was like, this is such an amazing one. I can't wait to get this. So I acted swiftly while it was still in these original Ollivanders boxes. Comes with a certificate of authenticity and this cool, I guess, red and green ribbon. But yeah, such a cool, and I remember very delicate one, they advised me, so I will be handling it gently. But yeah, so cool. Hopefully you can see that. It has this really cool curvature towards it that tapers to quite a fine tip, which I imagine is very delicate. Has this really cool silver etching on, which I imagine to be, almost looks like a slug trail, which is so cool. It has the design on the sides here, and then it also has like basically, can you see it? Like a slug head on the end. Again, these are very delicate. So if you do get this one, please be very careful. But yeah, and it's got like almost like a metallic finish on the handle. A very fancy one for a very fancy Slytherin. But yeah, so cool. Such a cool one. You can imagine him like, drawing out his memories with the one. Obviously no spoilers for anyone who hasn't finished the story. So that is that amazing wand. Really, really like this one. I'm glad I could showcase it because he was apparently head of Slytherin House. Now moving on to Professor Snape, who was also head of Slytherin House. Surprisingly not a black box. You would imagine it to be black or a very, very dark blue at least. But yeah, it comes in this kind of grey-green box. These are his is one of the ones that are still available in the Ollivanders box, so if you still wanted to get this, you could. It does have a black ribbon, so that fits. And of course, the reason I say why not a black box, because Snape is known, of being black hair, black robes, and a very, very dark black wand. This wand I actually purchased on the actual 19 years later. So that was the 1st September 2017 when I went down to King's Cross after I went around London and went around all the Harry Potter shops and finally purchased this one. So cool. I do really like Snape's wand. I always appreciated the fantastic design of the handle. It's really intricate design. Very, very cool. The rest of the wand itself is just pure black. But it's all about the handle. So there we are, these are the Harry Potter wands from the Hogwarts Head of Houses, and even though I'm in Hufflepuff, I've got to say that my favourite wand of that is Slughorn's wand. I just think it's so cool. I love the little slug head design on that, I love the silver design, I love the curvature of it. I just think it's so cool, so unique. So yeah, it's really interesting. Let me know in the comment section below what Hogwarts house you are in and which of these Hogwarts Head of Houses ones is your favorite. I want to see there's a correlation, like if you're really house proud or if you prefer the wand design. I think that'll be interesting to find out. If you have enjoyed this video, then please do me a favor and click that subscribe button. and turn on notifications so that each and every week when there's a new video you'll be notified. Remember to give this video a like, and with that, remember the Wizarding World is just one spell away.